Nekketsu Koukou is a series of sports releases in that Kunio-kun style that we saw with the excellent Nintendo World Cup. This is a port of the game Super Dodgeball that found its way onto quite a few different consoles in the West, but never Game Boy sadly. You could play it on NES, TurboGrafx-16, and the Sharp X68000, as well as an arcade machine, and it has subsequently been re-released a bunch of times too, notably on the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, especially considering my love for the aforementioned Nintendo World Cup, once you start playing this port, it becomes clear why it never succeeded like the home console counterparts. There's so much going on screen, so many characters and sprites for the Game Boy to deal with, that you can barely make out what's going on a lot of the time. It was rare that a Game Boy title suffered from any perceptible lag, but here it is very evident. Even with the inter-frame blending, the problem wasn't really rectified. It's incredibly choppy, which, in a game so reliant on fast reflexes, adds an annoying layer of difficulty playing the full 5-on-5 game. The lag even affects the music, slowing it down in places that ends up being more jarring than you'd think. Fortunately, it's not all doom and gloom, thanks to a 2-on-2 format you can play. This is much smoother, as you might understand, and by golly is it a blast to play. You already know the strengths of these Kunio-kun titles: smooth controls, gorgeous, charming character designs, comedic animations, and so on. The backgrounds in particular are notable, very varied and with nice detail, but unfortunately this adds to the difficulty in seeing what is going on at times. The controls are quite complex, but relatively easy to pick up. You have the ability to leap in the air to get more power, and there's even a super-powered shot that will pretty much destroy anyone it hits. They aren't all going to be roaring successes, and that rings true here. It's cool they tried, and perhaps a year or two down the line, developers would have figured out how to squeeze even more out of the system, but sadly this title was just a little too much for the Game Boy to handle. There are some parts to appreciate, but you feel the game as a whole was outside the capabilities of the system. God loves a trier, I guess. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below, and if you can spare a second, give the review a quick thumbs up, it really helps out. Subscribe to the Portable Power Podcast for a new Game Boy review every day from Monday to Friday. Or alternately, new episodes of the podcast drop every Saturday and Sunday on whichever platform you get your pods. See you later on.